Hello from me, Lazarus. Welcome to the next lessons of the course on creating a website from scratch. We are currently working on our book, on those chapters that are not available for free. And we're now on chapter 9, Types of Layout Designs. Let's open the PDF file. Last time we looked at responsive images. And now we will touch on another very important topic, responsive text. This is the fourth component of modern responsive design, responsive text. For text to be responsive, it must grow or shrink depending on the current screen size, and also in relation to its parent block. However, this is not an easy task. There are several approaches to solving it. In addition, there are several components of the text that we need to monitor and respectively take care of how they look when enlarged or reduced in size on the screen. To make everything more clear, we will work with examples, using the previous example from above to 8.4.1, which looks like this. Only in the CSS file will we increase the size of the block container at 100%. Now, there are a few important things we need to do. We need to first set a value for the size of the font in the document, the font size property. It can be set relatively, like this, or with fixed dimensions, like this, if we want it to be the same in all browsers, because by default in most browsers font size is 16 pixels, but for example in Opera it is 18 pixels, and in some others there are also differences. So we can set it this way. The next thing we need to do is to choose a font family. Now here, I've gone into detail about this issue, but I won't go into it now. In Bulgarian, I've chosen serif fonts. For the English version, I'll choose sans serif fonts. That's what I thought was more appropriate. That's it. In this case, we'll work with the title. Now, the next question with the title is its centering. In the past, until the release of CSS3, this issue of vertical centering was always a big problem, because for horizontal you use text align, center, and that's it. But for vertical, it was complicated, there were different ways of doing things, there were different hacks, but each one had some advantages and disadvantages. There was no such one-size-fits-all solution. With the release of CSS3 and CSS Flexbox, this problem was finally solved with the following code: right, you set display, flex and these two alignments, of which this is used for vertical, and this for horizontal. And there it is. But what are we going to pay attention to? When we have a title that starts with a capital letter, this alignment is no longer correct. Why? Because this alignment is done relative to the capital letter. Here you see this distance and this is the same. But if we look at the lowercase letters, then the distance on top is greater than the one on the bottom. That is, they are not centered. Now for me, for example, from an aesthetic point of view, I don't like it. Because for this centering to be absolutely correct, the title must be written only in uppercase, lowercase, letters. That's what I want to focus on in this lesson. In the next one, we'll go over the rest of the details. This is from me. Best regards.